Hey guys, welcome to Nerdarchy. For nerds by nerds, I'm Nerdarchist Ryan, and I am joined with
Dave.
Nate.
And today we're gonna be fun guys with fungi and talk about the D&D monsters, the myconids.
Well, the myconids. So I was a little inspired to brush up on these guys when I was building our list of videos to do today. I'm like, if we're gonna do Outcast, the Underdark City, you know, what would be cool to go along with that? And I'm like,
Shroom people, why not?
Shroom people.
Happy, lovey shroom people.
Underground hippies.
That's right. That as I came to the conclusion earlier that all of my myconids will be role played as they were Owen Wilson. Dude, you just gotta meld and meditate with us, man.
Oh, and before we forget, real quick,
what page are they on in the Monster Manual?
In our Monster Manual, you can find myconids on page 230.
230. That's right.
So, what do we think of these guys? What are we thinking other than Owen Wilson voices?
Owen Wilson voices, that's it.
Well, I like that they can get spore servants, and the spore servant actually has a template. Because there's not many templates in this.
Yeah, that is one of the, I think, 4 templates in the book, if there's 4.
Yeah.
There might only be 3. But either way,
yes,
it's one of them.
Non-dragon templates. Now, it's not a really beneficial template because you mostly get negatives.
Yeah. But other than that, it's pretty sweet. Myconids are really low.
They're not super challenging monsters.
They're really low at CR, but dude, like the damage they do is pretty decent. I mean,
they do go around fisting people. That is their primary attack. Is the fist,
punching them in the gut, giving them some poison damage.
Fisting.
Their damage is
no reaction. Come on.
No reaction. So wrong.
Sky.
If we make you try hard enough, perhaps you'll stop.
Yeah. No chance.
Not gonna happen. But yeah, the myconid adult, like your regular old myconid soldier, essentially, 4 die 4 points of damage. That's a half a CR monster.
Yeah, that's nothing to sneeze at.
I mean that could and they're D4s, so you can roll really low, but it's also really easy to roll higher too on the D4s. So yeah, I could definitely see these guys fisting down a caster in the one round without too much trouble.
And
he's so hard fisted he doesn't even know what hit him. It was a myconid fist.
They got pacifying spores, so they can they can just not do anything. Yeah. Stun you for a while.
Although it's a kind of easy saving throw, DC 11.
Yeah, DC 11 is pretty low. It's Constitution though.
Even the Sovereign is only a DC 12 on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean you could say that you have an advanced version and make that DC a little higher.
Well, the only thing I would say about the Sovereign is the fact that they can do it every round,
and then do other crap,
and then they can punch you in the face as well. And their punch in the face is 6 die 4 plus 1, so. It's not too bad. I mean, for like a low level encounter, I mean, we're talking CR half, CR 2.
You got a 0. You got the sprout.
The sprout is a 0.
Although, they all have that sort of like within 240 feet. Hey, somebody's messing me up, sort of thing. Like they all go Charles Xavier. They all go Charles Xavier. Like, what the f is going on?
That's why they're so nice to each other because they can feel each other's pain.
That's right.
Without even trying.
Well, and I like the rapport spores where they can basically talk to you with they use spores to. Are you right?
Well, it's almost like what had Babelfish? Do you remember that? Like basically, people would like swallow these fish, or they'd swim into their brain or something, and be able to communicate with one another.
Is that Hitchhiker's Guide?
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah. I think they were Babelfish.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think of that a little bit.
So these aren't really a huge threat, or at least they're not really meant to be. They're easy. They don't seek out violence. So pretty much you can probably negotiate your way through a myconid kingdom without too much problems.
As long as you don't step on too many sprouts.
Yeah. As long as you behave yourself. Keep
your fighters in check.
They're more of a role playing encounter. I would see them as, but they don't have to be.
Nope, you could have them go to war.
The myconids are going to war!
That's right. Yeah.
Like, what's that weird cloudy haze? Why do I have all this pollen stuff on me? Yeah. I feel just fine, guys.
Fields of poppy seeds.
And then they punch your head off.
Yeah. Well, you could give them weapons, too. Although they're more effective.
Oh, they're punch and poison damage, yeah.
The punch and the poison.
Well, no, I was thinking about it. So, I guess I was thinking, how can you make these guys, an interesting encounter? And one is, in the Underdark, you don't have many places where you can just kind of chill. So running into a myconid colony is kind of like a godsend because you can negotiate with them and possibly get a respite while you're in their domain. Yeah. Because you don't, it's the Underdark. You never know when the next one's coming.
Yeah. So it's like a subterranean oasis, if you were, as you were. And then you could also do a thing too, where like it's also like Conan, Tulsa Doom, where like there was sort of like this Doom cult sort of tranquility sort of thing, like that whole being drugged up. Like you can have people that just want to hang around them and are kind of addicted to the myconids, and the myconids are all about just letting them there, hang out, and be a part of them until they naturally decay. And
you just described deadheads.
Yeah, basically.
They just follow them around.
Yeah, but so they're like getting high off of them and just enjoying the tranquility, and they just want to be there and meld with them, and then eventually they infect their bodies and make their bodies animate and be their servants.
So that kind of goes along with the other idea I had, which was
sinister mushrooms.
The sinister mushrooms. What if there was like a cavern that radiated like necrotic energy or something? And they've just been living there so long that it's kind of infused them.
They've been tainted.
So now they're dark myconids.
Darker,
And, so maybe they seek to go out creating their little spore zombies all over the place.
Well, and also, too, that they could try to infect and take over. Because fungal communities, like, they like, in, real biology, they try to, like, outdo one another.
It's constant war.
Yeah, constant warfare. So you could have those darker mushrooms try and take over the peaceable colonies too.
Undead myconids.
Well, maybe they are. Maybe they go around assimilating them.
Assimilate, like the Borg, like a myconid Borg.
The myconid Borgs.
Yeah, so you could totally do a Borg sort of arc, but with fungi.
Fun guy? Fun guy. Real fun guy.
Yeah, that's right.
So, yeah, I kind of like that idea.
Like going around fisting people, assimilating.
You have this greater, like, sovereign who goes, who leads this group, and they find other colonies, and they kind of absorb them. Maybe their spores has a special effect.
Maybe he's the myconid take on the Lich.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, kind of.
Yeah.
And then and maybe they have a way of making their spore things last longer. So now they have their deadheads following them around eternally.
Well, I mean, they still last for like weeks under the text.
Yeah, it says D4 plus 1 weeks.
Yeah, so like you could potentially get like a little over a month's worth of each one and crop rotate basically.
Yeah, but I just don't see a lot of people being in the Underdark.
Yeah,
they'd have to actually go and find them.
I think it's not a community. I think it's a roving band. Like a roving herd of zombies kind of thing, but with purpose.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
But again, still, there's only so much.
The Underdark, and where there's a large population, it would be tough for them to infiltrate it.
Do we have an agenda for this entity, or is it just to expand and that's it? To make it everything just be one of it?
I like the dark one of it.
So the highest form of life is to be one of them, and that's why they go around trying.
Well, yeah, because they already feel a little Borg-like anyway, a little like hive-minded.
Yeah, they are.
Well, so left unchecked, if you give enough food supply, the fungus will just grow. So it's kind of has that like directive to itself.
Yeah,
I think rather than thinking, it's.
Let's just bring it all Star Trek days. We're gonna have red shirts, commoners.
Yeah, I think the fungus, the myconid in and of itself will just go around doing that kind of stuff. It's a dark, twisted one. So rather than peace, love, and happiness, and the other things that the pacifying that the other myconids do, it's interested in basically. It doesn't have a home, so it's on the move, and its food source moves with it.
Well, I could almost
see as soon as one of these zombies drops down, it'll just consume it.
I could almost see though that like there's a centralized territory, and its only directive is to expand. It's kind of like the remember Zerg, the creep. Yeah. Like that. It keeps just wanting to expand
the
out.
Fungal creep.
Yeah. So it just wants to expand out that bit of land and territory, like in all directions. Sort of like a manifest destiny of the Underdark. Yeah.
Get your antifungal creep.
Yeah, exactly.
At Outcast.
There's treatment for that at Outcast. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like this one massive cavern where they kind of all originated from. That's just loaded.
The source
with this dark necrotic energy in the stone itself, or maybe it's an even the negative plane bleeds in here, or shadow realm bleeds in here, and the myconids have been sucking it up for generations.
It's an item. Just an item or something that, like, I don't know, like a dagger. Someone got rid of it, got rid of it. It ended up in the Underdark, and it just was like, I don't feel like leaving. Like, it's got some kind of power to it or sentience that it's not controlling the things, but it's drawn itself to these. Like, things are drawn, certain types of things are drawn to it. And the myconid in the area got altered by it over time, like you're saying.
Well, but it could also be a chaos bleed.
We could easily just
a
do it
chaos
as
rift type of thing.
Yeah,
like
it
a
could be.
Shadowfell
I just like the
kinda.
idea of it being a different, a different source, and it definitely being where the chaos isn't necessarily dark. Where.
But this one could be.
Well, I guess it could be.
It's suffused like the rock, and like this myconid colony was there. They don't.
Or maybe it was a chaos phenomenon that happened here, and in its wake, it left this permanent cavern of negative energy that just keeps replenishing itself.
Or maybe there was a sovereign that got suffused with the sort of Shadowfell energy, or like when he was young and growing up, like this event happened, and like he basically
Changed him.
became the dark spore.
the dark spore.
The dark spore. Oh, we'll worship the dark spore. You will all follow me.
Hey, what if he is trying to like ascend to a godhood? If you get enough people to believe in you,
Could be.
yeah, like because they all are the same collective unconsciousness, so everything it infects is going to believe. In
So,
him.
like, its goal is to make these spores, as many of these spore servants as possible. So they have to keep branching out for that. Maybe even raids into the surface world at night.
And absolutely wanted to destroy all other myconid because they're non-believers. Like they destroy, convert, basically get them to meld with that community. And if they don't, then they're going to be annihilated.
I think it gets them to meld, and maybe there's some kind of like ritual that it does where it like absorbs their sovereigns.
Yeah.
The other sovereigns.
Right.
Almost like the gray slad that has to eat the death slad in order to emerge as a death slad.
Well, I mean,
itself.
as it melds with them, it just gets bigger and bigger too in its own size. So like it's almost like this sort of like mushroom blob
Puft,
hive sort of
Marshmallow
thing.
Man,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. That's what I'm saying now.
Oh,
look how
give
cute
me
and
another
friendly he looks.
sovereign.
Yeah, he's just munching on like a carrot.
I just like it just merged and absorbs, kind of like the what's the Transformers? They're like the 5 would turn into one Devastator and
Constructicons.
like the Constructicons.
Yeah.
Like yeah, so he just like kind of gets bigger and
The
bigger.
combiners. They're
And,
called
yeah,
combiners.
and they might have like multiple heads too, just like sticking out like a random shoulder joint and stuff like that.
Well,
Like
that would actually be cool, like faces, and then maybe on the shoulder there's the mushroom cap.
Yeah, you have like vestigial like parts of like past sovereigns that he's absorbed. So it just got creepy as shit, folks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm creeped out. That's
Yeah.
definitely upped it.
Well, now if he does ascend to a bit of a godhood, you now have another warlock patron.
Well, yeah, I mean, before he becomes a god, he could actually be a warlock patron.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I don't
that's
think he has to. I don't think it has to really. A really weird one.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely the far realm sort of the outsider one.
Well,
The
Shadowfell
Cthulhu.
infused multi myconid.
He's definitely the Cthulhu-id sort of kind. Because, well, and the telepathy totally works with the spores. You just explained it differently. Like, you're gifted with, like, spores that let you communicate
I'm
with
sorry, I just picture this thing the warlock busting ass, and that's how his telepathy works.
others.
I was thinking maybe he breathes out or sweats the spore.
Yeah,
you can do it that way, too.
Takes it vulgar right away.
Whatever. Fisting. Oh, yeah, Dave.
No, he starts
There's just
growing.
places I won't go, Dave.
He just starts growing like a mushroom, like cap thing, and that's like where he gets the spore from. So he's like Toadstool from Mario Brothers. So they only recruit halflings for this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All the other warlocks are going to so make fun of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would definitely be a route to go with this otherwise fairly peaceful race of fungus men
Fungus among us.
and fungus women. Or maybe they don't have a sex
I
at
think
all.
they would
Fungus
probably
people.
neuter. They're neuter gender because they spore. That's how they reproduce.
fungus folk.
Yeah, peoples.
We gotta watch with with our PCness, not
Absolutely.
discriminate against
Player characterness.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not discriminate against one kind of fungus or another. So, yeah, I think that pretty much covers them. You know, they're either going to be a peaceful encounter, a little way station in the Underdark, or you can have a lot of fun with it, especially if your players are the kind that want to metagame everything and be like, oh, this is the Myconids. They're cool. All we have to do is hang out with them and together, and the myconids are going
Nom, nom, nom.
Yeah, bring your fungicide.
I can
folks.
just imagine like they all go to meditate together, and the players are like, "No, you're getting it wrong. It's not nom 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 nom." Why are they looking at us like that? You guys have anything else to add? I'm done with the
No, I'm
myconids.
good. I'm all shroomed out.
Yeah.
Come on, we've talked about shrooms, hippies, fisting, busting ass. What more can there be?
I think we're gonna call that a wrap.
With that, you guys can let us know in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe.
You can check out Nerdarchy the store, accessible from nerdarchy.com or on our About section of the YouTube.
You can also check out our Facebook page.
Well, until next time.
Stay nerdy.